Okay, so after you have your first few rows of weaving, you have two options. You can either continue doing that process. You would have the ruler in here, right? Where you're either gonna just slide it on through when the ruler is up, or you're going to over, under all the way. And you will end up with basically like a rectangle of weaving that we're gonna be able to hang on the wall. If you want it to have the fringe, the crazy fringe down here, that is going to happen now. Now, let me just say this is completely optional to do this step. If you have been having a hard time with the first part, I would suggest that you maybe skip out on this step because it will probably frustrate you more than the first part. But if you have felt comfortable and you're like, I got this, I want a challenge, then this is for you, okay? So I'm going to change the camera and I will see you back in a second. Okay, so we're gonna come over here to select our yarn. I'm gonna go with this dark green one. For this, what we're gonna end up doing is wrapping it around your arm, your forearm, to help us measure. So you're gonna take the end, you're gonna pinch it in your fingers, then you're gonna grab this, go under your elbow, back into your fingers. That's one loop. We need 7 loops. So 1 around your elbow, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Make sure you grab it here, okay? Then we're gonna take this, keep pinching all of it, don't let go. We need it to stay in a nice loop. We're gonna cut right here after our 7th loop. Go ahead and snip that, drop that, put that back. Okay, so you will have a big long loop. Hopefully it is not, a tangled mess, but let me just show you in case it becomes one. Don't ever let go of this part. That will save you. Then we're gonna find the middle. You can, fix it here so that it looks something like this. And we're gonna lay this out on our table. So I'll meet you back over there. Alrighty, so still haven't let go. I'm gonna go ahead and lay this down so that it's a nice long oval shape. This is gonna help us to easily cut the pieces of string that we need. So we're gonna find the end over here and we're gonna snip all of them at one time. Ready, set, snip. Then we're gonna find the other end over here. Put your scissors through the hole, snip. Now, if we did that correct, we should have 14 strings. So let me just count and double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Beautiful, okay? Try to keep them all together, unlike what I'm doing here. It'll make your life a little easier. We're gonna lay those flat. Now, we're going to grab our loom and 2 pieces of string at a time. So we're gonna take, let me zoom in. We're gonna take 2 and we're gonna just treat them as if they are one string, okay? We're just gonna act like it's one thing. Try to get them the same, so you don't want one here and one way over here, like put the ends together. And they should be give or take the same length. If it's not perfect, don't stress about it. It's not that big of a deal. We're gonna fold them so that we can find the middle. So I folded them, the middle's up here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. So when I hold it up, it should all kind of fall about the same length. Now, I'm gonna start over here on the left side and I'm gonna find the first 2 warp strings. I'm gonna lay that middle part right here on top of those first 2. And then I'm going to pick up the first string and grab both of these pieces of yarn and pull it under, let me try to explain that a little better. Basically, I'm gonna be tying these 2 warp strings together, okay? So again, find the middle, put it on top. So I'm not worried about any of this. I'm only looking at these 2. I'm going to take these and I'm going to go around the outside and come into the middle of these 2 warp strings. So it's going to go underneath it, come out the middle. Okay, and then this one's gonna go underneath the other side. So the right one is gonna go underneath the warp string, out the middle, just like that. And that is it. Then you take those and you pull them down, make it kind of tight, and you have your fringe. And we're just gonna keep repeating that all the way across. So grab 2 more strings, lay them out so they're kind of even, does not have to be perfect. See, they're uneven, that's okay. It's fringe, it's fine. Fold it in half. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. So we find the middle. Now, I'm ignoring these first 2. I'm gonna go to the next 2 strings. I'm gonna lay that right there on top of those. I'm gonna go around the back and come out the middle. And then on the right side, same thing. Go around the back, come up in the middle. Then I take all 4 of these and pull down. Repeat, repeat, repeat. 2 strings. I'm gonna move a little faster now. Lay them out. These are nowhere near even, so lay them out like that. Find the middle. Next 2 strings, put it down, underneath, out the middle. Right side, around the back, out the middle, grab the whole thing, pull it down. 1, 2, find the middle, next 2 strings, lay it down, go around the back, come out the middle, go around the back, out the middle, pull. So we're gonna end up doing this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and we will have 1 left over, and that is okay. Don't worry about that one. Nobody's ever going to notice that it's there. When you are finished with your first row of it, if you look at my example one here, I actually did this whole process twice. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I went back the other way, which I'll show you in just a minute. Okay, so I've gone all the way across. I have my 7 different sets. And if you want to pick up from here and just continue weaving like we were doing the first round, you can do that. But personally, I like how it looks with 2 rounds of this. So you're gonna go back over. You can pick the same color again, like on the first one, I did 2 sets of white, or you can pick a new color, and I will show you what that will look like if you do that. Okay, so for this round, I grabbed a light green color. So again, I have my loop. I'm gonna cut up here. I'll cut down here on this end. And I have my 14 strings, some little extra bits, don't worry about those. We're gonna grab 2 at a time. And like I said, you can either start on this side and we're gonna be doing these 2 together, or you can just skip the first one and do it here. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna start on the right side. So now I'm gonna grab this lonely one over here and this right one from this last round, and I'm gonna lay it here. And again, around the outside, up through the middle, and pull everything down. And that's it. Like, that's literally all the steps. It's just a matter of keeping track of which 2 you have. So now I just used this one, so I'm gonna use this one and this one and tie those 2 together. So lay it right here. Grab everything, pull. All right, and I will show you when it's all done. So there you go. Now you can no longer really even see that first color that I chose. So if you chose a color in the beginning and you didn't really like it, I wouldn't even worry about it. You just continue on with whatever you want the rest of it to look like. So from here, again, just so you don't have to go back and watch the other video, we are going to take our ruler and we're going to turn it into a pickup stick by going over, under, over, under, over, under, all the way across. That way it helps us. And we are going to grab our needle which I don't have one out here. Hang on one second. So we're gonna go grab our needle and we're going to thread our yarn through the needle by folding it over, putting it through. We're going to tie the knot. So remember, we lay it flat. We take the tail end, we lay it over to make a loop. Then we go under and out through the loop, pull it tight. And then we can start our weaving again. So I'm going to start going left to right by picking up my stick and just passing it straight through. When it gets over here near the end, I'm going to just push it gently down, making sure not to make it too tight. I think I am going to go ahead and just tuck this up under here. So I went, zoom in just so you can see. I don't like it hanging out like that. You can leave it, it's fine, but I just am picky. So I'm gonna grab the end and I'm gonna go, since this one started under, I'm gonna go over and then just tuck it up under, excuse me, there we go, up under that one. So it's just kind of shoved right there. There we go. Push that down. You can drop your stick for the next part. I find it easier if that's not like hanging up like that. So I just drop it down flat and then continue. So look at my white string. It just went under this last one. So it has to go over and then under, over, under, over, under, all the way across. Under, over, under, over, under, over, all. Get tired of saying over, under a million times when you teach this lesson. Whoops, my string got stuck on my belly, y'all. Okay, there we go. Pull, but not too tight. We don't want it to get all messed up, and push down. And you just continue that literally the whole way, as far as you make it. You know, there's no set, like, you know, you need 20 rows and it's done, like however big you want it to be, really. I do want to show you, like, let's just pretend that I was right here and I ran out of string. Okay. I'm gonna leave it just like that. You just push it down, even though it ended right here. And then on your next round of, you know, you go back to the yarn thing and you get more string. When you come back, you can either just start right here again at the beginning, or you can pick up right where that one left off. So wherever that one was, just pretend that it's still attached. So that one just went under, so I'm gonna go over this one, under, over, blah, 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 all the way across. And when you get to the end, you just tuck it down. But again, I don't like them hanging up, so I would just also tuck that one under, right where that one is too, boop. But that's up to you. You could just start it on the end. It's really not gonna make that big of a difference. And that is it. If you need help, just raise your hand and I will be around as quickly as I can. Or check with people at your table, because hopefully somebody knows what they're doing. All right, y'all, good luck, have fun. Happy weaving.